showtime. It's showtime. Are you ready? Double shot. Yes! It's showtime. It's showtime. Double shot. ready? Oh no! It's showtime! It's showtime! Better luck next time! It's showtime! Showtime! Oh no! Are you ready? Next time. Are you ready? It's showtime! Oh no! Are you ready? showtime. Better luck next time. It's showtime. Oh no! It's showtime.